Hello, my name is Martyr, and this is Let's Play Supreme, and thank you for watching. Supreme is a pizza shop simulation management game, guys. Basically, you're kind of like the Papa John's or the Pizza Huts of the universe, whatever pizza place you prefer. But you're kind of them when they first started out, and you need to kind of build yourself up from the ground floor and become a pizza mogul or a pizza god, if you will. It released on Steam in January 2015. It was developed and published by Nexeon Studios. You can go ahead and get Supreme on Steam for $14.99, guys. Now, there's a lot of things I like about Supreme. It's an addictive game. I think it accomplishes what it wants to be. It wants to be, a business management game, and I think it accomplishes that well. But there's also a couple of things that make me kind of just scratch my head about this game, that make me kind of go, huh? And you'll see what I mean in a bit, guys. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the options. There is no controller support in this game, guys. Nothing of the sorts. You can be playing the game completely with your keyboard and mouse. And that's perfectly fine. It isn't really required. It doesn't really call for a controller. As far as options go, there really isn't much to speak of. You got some music and sound sliders. You can go into windowed mode. You have a high quality or low quality button, I guess. And you have some resolution control. It does go up to 1080p, which is nice also. But it's not like the game's that graphically demanding. As you can see from the streets and buildings that we're going through, that's kind of the game right there itself. That's where you're delivering pizzas through, as it were. And actually, you won't even see that screen after a certain while in the game. You will never see that screen again. Unless you want to, that is. But yeah, the game's not too graphically demanding, so it's not that big a deal as far as the options go. The game does also feature Steamy goodness, Steam achievements, all that good kind of stuff, Steam cards. For all those people who are fanatics about that kind of thing, guys, that is available to you. So we're going to go ahead and start off with my first save file, and I have a total of 9. I'm not sure how many I'm going to go through, but I think I'm going to definitely go through 1 through 9, because this game, the best way to describe it, it kind of reminds me of Spore, is that you're kind of starting off, and then you kind of end up playing different games as you're going through Supreme. So this is kind of like the first game that you're going to be playing right here, which is the ground floor, as it were. This is your character right there. I'm pretty sure is the blue guy, the blue jacket, who's making pizzas all by his lonesome. You have to make them, you have to deliver them, etc., etc., etc. So let's talk about what you're looking at right here. On the bottom of the screen, you have the date and the time. To the right of that, the amount of money you have. To the right of that is, I think, kind of like a capital button. It basically tells you how much money you're making, how much you're spending on things, etc., etc. over a month, over a week, whatever have you. You can also get a loan if you wanted. There's a lot of business management sim stuff here to kind of bite into. If you're looking for that kind of action, it's definitely here available. You got more. By the way, I named my place Ninja Pizza. I will say I enjoy that you can kind of name your place, and you can name certain things here. You have a reputation bar. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We got regions. We don't really need to worry about that till a little bit later. And then we have an inventory of the stock that I have available. You also have the ability to kind of hire employees and get feedback from customers, and eventually you get access to advertisements and all that good kind of stuff. So let's just get into the game itself, guys. Let's start making pizza. That's basically what you're here to do, at least at first. So when you basically start the game off, you're going to get a couple orders, and you're going to be kind of a small shop. You're going to have to hand deliver them, and I'll show you all that stuff right now. So I think I want a lot of ranch. So let's give it a lot of ranch. Let's just put ranch all up on this pizza. There you go, a lot of ranch. I would say that's a lot of ranch, right? You would think, hey, that's a lot of ranch. They'll just give him some cheese. He wants some cheese. He doesn't want a lot of cheese. He just wants cheese. It will tell you if it wants a little or a lot. So a little pepperoni, okay? So a little pepperoni, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Some little pepperoni for you, okay? I'm going to stop with the Italian accent, but you get the basic idea. So that doesn't look like a terrible lot of pepperoni. It's a fair amount, so we're going to cook that pizza now, and then we're at the second mode of the game, basically. We're going to have to wait for the order to cook, and then we're going to have to pull that order out. Wait a minute, hold on. Where the hell did that order go? Oh, God. Oh, God, it's going to burn. No! Don't burn pizza. There you go, that's fine. I pulled it out. You have to pull it out of the oven before it burns, otherwise you kind of get, angry customer reviews. And then you have to deliver that pizza, of course. So that basically brings you to the delivery portion of the game. Now, there's a lot of people who have complaints about this particular portion of the game. The reason for that is that, well, this car is a little flippy. It loves to flip. And that's because I think that was probably done on purpose, because if you play this game, you're not going to play this game by traffic laws. You're not really going to actually, stop at a red light, stop at a stop sign. You're not going to go crap about pedestrians. You're going to hit forward as fast as possible and try to get somewhere. So they kind of made the controls of the car a little bit wonky. Your car has it's very sensitive, to say the least, which can lead to some very frustrating moments when you're delivering your pizzas, because you want to deliver your pizza with the best car quality that you can, also as fast as you can. When you get delivered pizza, of course, you're going to get some money. It's going to tell you how you did. Cooking, -5. Whoops, my bad. Delivery, tip total. Well, I admit the pizza was somewhat tasty. I'm thinking you should have put a little bit more toppings on it. I don't know what the hell what that guy wants. And that is just one of the aspects of the game that can get a little bit frustrating. This entire explanation of what they want on their pizza, it's always a little vague. It's never really, it takes a lot of experimentation to perfect the pizza and get them the right pizza that they want, because there's this little thing right here. I canceled that out, don't worry about that. It says get 5 perfect orders, and it actually kind of increases as you move through the game. It goes from 5 to 10 to I think like eventually 100. It just keeps going up and up and up and up. But getting a perfect pizza, my hat's off to you if you get that done, because it's a pain in the ass. So I'm going to prepare another pizza here. I'm going to do a little pizza sauce. It's kind of like a surface to ratio type of thing. It's not, if you cover it all, it's going to consider that a lot. If you cover only a little bit, it's only going to consider that a little bit. But to be honest with you, I am not in any way a master of Supreme, guys. I don't want you to think, oh, I've mastered all the elements of this game. I did actually beat the game, though. I have beaten Supreme, guys, and it's just very difficult to master the pizza portioning, as it were. Like, to me, that would be like a lot of mushrooms. Like, I would be like, holy shit, dude, you put a lot of freaking mushrooms on that pizza. Well, that's what he wanted, a lot of mushrooms. And then he wants some spinach. You want some spinach? I'll give you some freaking spinach. Here you go. There's some spinach for you. That's spinach. It's not a lot. It's not a little. It's spinach. And then a little bell pepper. What's a little bell pepper? Okay, can you get a little bell pepper? Give you some little bell pepper. There you go. Perfect. Cook it. Oh, he wants some buffalo wings. You do have sides in this game. I probably forgot to mention that. There is sides in this game. So he wants some buffalo wings. We'll give him some buffalo wings. Bam, 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 and bam. And let's go bam. There you go. Coat the wings. Now that's all cooking. You have to wait again for it to cook. And then you have to deliver it. But as you move forward into the game, the weirdest thing about this game, I'm just going to put it to you like this, is that the game wants you to eliminate yourself from the game. You want to hire a cook, so that way you don't have to do that anymore. You want to hire a driver, so you don't have to play this driving minigame anymore. You can, but that's not the point of the game. The point of the game is to become a pizza boss, is to become the head cheese, is to become the head salami. I don't know. Enough cheese, enough terrible puns. But my point is that you want to get rid of yourself. That is the entire point of the game, which is such a weird thing. I've never played a game where the point of me playing the game was to get rid of myself. But there's a little timer up there, and up there was the durability of the car, as it were. I would have preferred if I had a little less topping. You know what? Screw you, Karen. Kiss my ass. Make your own damn pizzas. So in the game, occasionally you'll run into random events, which are basically on the notifications here on the top right. Below that, by the way, are the goals, which are the overall things that you're trying to do and push yourself to accomplish. That's kind of always pushing you towards end game, these goals. And you can go about them in pretty much in any way you like. You can also click on them to give you an explanation of how to maybe accomplish that, which is really nice. As far as tutorials go, the game does a good job of explaining itself. But the only problem I found with the tutorials was that it does it in real time. So as you're going through the tutorials, everything's happening in real time. So that can be just a little bit weird. So you're trying to keep up with the orders, but you're also reading the tutorial, and you're like, you're trying to balance it all. I don't really know if the passage of time affects anything. Like, for instance, it's now 8 a.m. and that guy ordered his pizza at 6:55. No complaints. Nothing. He didn't care. But anyways, there is random events that can occur in this game, and I really like that aspect of this game. Like, for instance, help a neighbor. An owner of the one neighbor's shops has come by asking us if we can help him out. He wants to borrow part of our kitchen to prepare dinner for his family because his kitchen is currently out of commission. Well, we're going to help him. Why not? Thank you for assisting him. The neighbors has given us some money. All right, so we got some cash from that. Super sweet. The local mafia. Oh my God. It seems the local mafia has been pressuring many of the nearby businesses. They're demanding protection. If we play our cards right, maybe they'll make some money of this. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to say no. We're going to reject. We're going to say, screw you, mafia. I'm not taking any business from you. And as you move forward through the game, that's going to have effects, and kind of a storyline kind of in a weird way does play itself out. Matter of fact, a very important storyline plays itself out that affects your overall business moving forward. This government storyline kicks in where you have to donate money to this guy. Only problem with that particular event is that it happened too early. I didn't have enough money. So it kind of screwed me over for endgame. So let's just talk about all these other buttons, a lot of things you can do here. This is the screen where you can see how your shop is doing. Employee of the day, you can sell a shop, employee productivity. You can also clean a shop for $10 or have a janitor do that. You can also check out your orders and things that have to be done. Again, a little box will eventually appear. Actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead. Let's time warp here. Let's go to this one. Boom. Okay. Oh, that's too far. Too far. Too far. Okay, how about this one? Is that good? All right, cool. So at this point, this is a little bit later on in the game. Again, now I have a chef now, so I don't really need to do any of this. I can say, hey, you know what? You make the pizza. Now that's completely eliminated that entire pizza mini game where I was putting all the toppings, all that, and all that good kind of stuff. That's gone. I don't need to do that anymore. So this guy will take care of that from now on. Even though he just burned a pizza, or maybe I did from last game, I'm not really sure. That's fine. I don't really care. He'll take care of it all. You can also click on this box and he'll perform the tasks again and take care of it all. And now we need a driver. So do we have a driver yet? Yeah, we got a driver. So the driver will go ahead and deliver all these pizzas. And I've eliminated that driving game from things. So now I'm just kind of looking at this screen. And just kind of making decisions and buying stock and making sure my employees are well rested. I can send them on vacation. I can train them. I can give them raises. All that good business management stuff you would expect from a game. There's also advertising in this game. You can basically make an advertisement for your business. But to be brutally honest, it doesn't really affect much because your reputation of your store is always maxed out. I've never seen it drop below, halfway. I see it go down about 3/4. That's about it. And then it just pushed itself back up pretty much immediately. Supreme is not necessarily a difficult game. In fact, I'd say it's almost very approachable and kind of kid-friendly. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but it really is because it's an easy game to play. You're not going to have super hard time playing it. Matter of fact, my first game, I beat it with my first game. I didn't make any mistakes other than, not being able to access certain in-game events on time, which kind of screwed me over. It wasn't that difficult to get everything accomplished and beat the game. So, like I said, it's a weird game because it's a game about eliminating yourself from it. And that's just the weirdest thing for me. I've never approached a game where my objective was to basically take myself out of the game. This here is the upgrades buttons where you can add things to your overall menu and different toppings and sides, and you can upgrade your shop. You're like, okay, I want to upgrade my shop to level 2, and this will allow us more opportunities, and this will actually lead to expansions. You can buy better cars that have a little bit more better handling. You can hire more employees. You can hire a janitor. And this allows you to kind of access more global corporation stuff, like more advertisement schemes. Upgrade your inventory so you can have more stock, etc., etc. And as you move through the game, it basically takes more and more tasks away from you, which is cool. But at the same time, you end up kind of doing nothing, which is weird. So that's kind of the Supreme in a nutshell. You basically kind of upgrade. You start earning so much money that eventually you end up at this screen, which we're going to go ahead and load into. I'll go with 6 because that's going to give you an example of what's going to look like. So at this point, this is the world. This pizza right here, this is a representation of the world. The pepperonis are each of my shops. The pieces of ham are competition. And your objective at this point is to rake in enough cash and dominate the entire pizza. Now, depending on certain in-game events, if you had the cash to accomplish this, you will be able to kind of conquer the entire pizza and then become quote-unquote supreme. But I got screwed over because I didn't have enough money to do these certain events. So actually, what happened to me at the end of the game is I basically got fined by the government for having a monopoly, and I couldn't conquer the entire pizza and get supreme, and I had to kind of basically end the game and try to do it over again. But at the same time, that was kind of beating the game. That was it. So at this point, you can hire managers to take care of each individual shop, as you can see right here. This is Kelly. She is a manager. She's a master. Her mood is neutral. She probably needs a raise or 2. Or, she's just a bitch. That's possible, too. She's just having a bad day. Who the hell knows? She's just not in a happy mood. And now Kelly will take care of all the things that I was doing before she's going to do. And as you move forward and deeper into the game here, again, I'm going to load up my next game. Let's go to game 7. Now I have 2 slices of the pie, as it were. And I can hire a regional manager. Well, actually not this particular game. Hold on. I think let's just go to game 8. There we go. Okay, now I have this basically. I'm pretty sure I have regional managers. Do I have regional managers in this one? Or do I need to go all the way to the end? I do have regional managers in this game. Okay, so now regional managers take away the rest of the responsibility. You literally have regional managers who now take care of each region. All you need to do now is take care of the regional managers. Make sure their energy level stays up at 100% and occasionally give them a raise so that way they feel good about themselves. That is it. And literally the regional manager will hire employees, clean the shop, make sure all deliveries go out, and you're literally just sitting there and kind of playing the restocking game, as I like to call it, where if you run out of oh no, we're out of sausage slices, that's your job now, is to restock yourself. That's it. And take care of the regional managers and continue expanding and taking out all the competition or conquering the entire pizza world here, as you can see, like I've done. All those pepperonis are my shops. All the ham slices are competition. All the peppers are possible locations that I could buy. As you can see, I'm just raking in oodles and oodles of cash. All my reputations are maxed out. Again, this wasn't affected by advertisement. I literally just did advertisements just to see what would affect me at a later point in the game. They don't really do much or anything. I don't really understand the point of advertisements in this game, but they're kind of there to help you, I guess, with your reputation. If for some reason you made all the horrible decisions, if you decided to, crap on all of your pizzas, maybe that's there to help you get back on top. So it's a weird game for me, guys, because I liked it. It's addictive. I beat it, for God's sakes. But it's a game where you literally just take yourself out of the game. Now, I mean, you can, for instance, if you really wanted to, you could say, well, you know what? I want to cook this pizza. I want to perform this task. And you could, go right back into the game and perform one of the tasks if you really, really wanted to. Matter of fact, this is probably the only way to get perfect pizzas, by the way. Because your employees will never be able to produce a perfect pizza. I discovered this rather quickly while playing the later game. My employees would never, ever be able to create a pizza at perfect quality. This is the best car in the game, by the way. Drives really fast, as you can see here. Oh yeah, we delivered that one on time. You can, if you want to, go back and do all those mini games before, but there's no point. Your job is done. You're a CEO at this point. This is the creme de la creme. You are the pizza god. You're the Papa John of the place. So doing those tasks becomes pointless. It really does. It's the weirdest thing, but that's basically what happens when you get to the end of the game. And that's why it kind of reminds me of a Spore in that regard. You just go through these phases where you're playing mini games and then you get to the end, and that's kind of it. But okay, brass tacks. Is the game fun? Yes, I think it was fun. There's certain issues that just need to be worked out. I think the entire aspect of eliminating yourself from the game is a little weird. The events occur a little too early. The specific ones like that will... Well, let me show you what happens when I go to buy a shop. I'm going to go ahead and buy this guy's shop out. It says the tolerance of the government has faded completely. They have levied their largest fine against us. $1,000 has been deducted from our funds. To make matters worse, we will no longer be able to expand any further. So that's it. I'm screwed. I can no longer buy any shops and become supreme, which is the ultimate goal, of course. Because I didn't do a specific in-game event earlier in the game because I just didn't have enough cash. This guy was asking like for $5,000, $1,500, and I didn't have it. So the events need to occur a little bit later. The tutorial happens in real time, which is also a little bit of a weird thing. Advertisements are kind of pointless. And district managers, while I love them and they really made the later game easy, they do everything. I literally just, when I was buying my regions, when I was heading into each slice, as it were, all I would do is promote the first guy I hired to regional manager and then buy a bunch of shops and let him do all of it because I didn't need to. Because he did everything. It's just a weird aspect to the game, guys. I don't really understand that aspect, why you're eliminating yourself. Making a perfect pizza, I don't care who says or who says it, it is a nightmare to do. I have no idea how to do it. I did it by accident every time. So if you make a perfect pizza, again, I'm going to say my hat's off to you. Graphically, it's not the world's most impressive game, but again, it's more of a simulator. It's more about, business simulator, so it's not that big a deal as far as the graphics go. The music gets slightly repetitive, but again, it's kind of that pizzeria theme. The game controls well. As far as replay value goes, it's really up to you and how much you enjoy the aspects, the business management aspects to this game, because that's what I would say the game's 40%, making pizzas and delivering, and then 60% of it is handling of business from that point forward. I will say the game is very, very well made. I didn't run into really any bugs. Some people say that the driving aspect is buggy. No, it's not buggy. They did that on purpose because they knew people were going to drive the game like it was GTA. I say they were geniuses for making the controls and the car flip and things explode really easily. I think that was genius. I think it adds kind of a hilarity tool to it all. So, and I think also the game works as a pretty cool teaching tool, perhaps, to kind of teach maybe a younger crowd of, how businesses work, or, just in general, maybe some, slight business economics. And it doesn't obviously explain everything. It doesn't explain all that stuff, but it does a pretty good job of, showing you how to run a business. And it's a pretty smooth and easy game to play, guys. So, just take all that into account and make your decision from there. I enjoyed the game. I had fun with it, but it does have its strange issues. And I've never played a game where the point of the game was to eliminate myself from it. I just think that's really cool, really weird. But you know what? That's Supreme, guys. So big thanks to the developer for a chance to check out this title. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and share. I'll keep bringing you awesome indie games, guys. If you really enjoyed this video, maybe consider hitting up that tip jar. If you're feeling generous of heart, all tips go to improving the channel or future giveaways. Till next time, guys, make some pizza and play more indie games.